What do you owe your immigrant parents? Do you owe them your happiness because they've sacrificed so much for you? Do you owe them grandkids, your time, money, or even the career or partner that you end up with? Do you owe your immigrant parents at all for choosing to have you? Or do you owe them because they expect you to? Do you owe them for putting a roof over your head or feeding you? I'm Sahej Kaur Kohli, a practicing therapist who specializes in working with adult children of immigrants. And I want to talk about this because this is a topic that comes up all the time in my work. What do you owe your immigrant parents? On one hand, you might want to do good by and care for your immigrant parents, and that's not a bad thing. But for some of us, you might feel like you are being pulled in that direction so far that you don't even have time or an ability to think about what you want or need. Filial piety is a very common value in immigrant families. It's this expectation and reinforcement of duty, loyalty, deference to your immigrant parents. And it's not necessarily a bad trait to have. In fact, it's a beautiful quality, and it's not just reserved for immigrant families, but it is very common in these households. Filial piety can look like offering to take care of your aging parents in your own home, doing right by them, saying yes to their needs and expectations, making choices and asking for their opinions on these choices, financially caring for your elders and your family. But here's the thing, filial piety can be used against you in your family. In fact, research suggests that children fall on a spectrum between reciprocal filial piety and authoritarian filial piety, which means that we fall anywhere on a spectrum between wanting to do good by our parents and feeling obligated to do good by our parents. This is usually based on how close you feel with your parents and if that relationship is rooted in rigid demands or an affection. But I'm genuinely curious for you guys here in this community, what do you owe your immigrant parents? This is something I discuss all the time in my work with my clients, in my speaking engagements in this community, and with the 10,000 subscribers over in my newsletter community on Substack called Culturally Enough. I want to hear from you. What do you owe your immigrant parents? I've heard from people who say, well, I'm my parents' retirement plan, or I don't think I owe my parents anything, but they do, and that's the thing that causes tension. Or I owe my parents everything for the sacrifices that they've made for me. So I want to hear from you and talk about it in the comments. What do you owe your immigrant parents? Let's talk about it.